Very good. All right. Welcome, Treeleaf family. It is time for our annual Undertaking the Precepts ceremony here at Treeleaf Sangha. You are among friends. It is a time we have worked for many weeks. It is an auspicious occasion. It is a happy day. We have a few folks who are either under the weather, they're not feeling so well, or they're nursing sick relatives. I assured them that they are here at our Jukai together with everyone. And for the rest of you, we're all gathered here, some who are joining later. Oh, the good faces I'm seeing. All these friendly, familiar faces. Well, I'll have a few more words to say about the meaning of Jukai in a moment. But right now, we are going to present incense, and then we will have a Heart Sutra, and then sit Zazen for a couple of minutes, and then we will get officially underway. All right, everyone in Gasho, please.
The heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, awakened one of compassion in Prajna Paramita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom. Perceive the emptiness of all five conditions and smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, thus bodhisattvas live this prajna paramita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, are beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajna paramita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the prajna paramita mantra. Set forth this mantra and proclaim gate, gate, pada samgate, bodhi sowaka, hanya shinyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the heart of the perfection of great wisdom sutra, in our undertaking and upholding the precepts, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, honored one, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, honored one, Soji Keizan, honored one, all successive honored ones up until Zuigaku Renpo, honored one, and Gudo Wafu, honored one, and to all other honored ones throughout history, same yet diverse honored ones whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
All right, would everyone prepare for a few moments of Zazen? Be seated. Secretary, would you do the bells for us for Zazen? Just for about 2 minutes, I think. I'll be back in a moment, Secretary. right, lovely. Well, we've come to this time that we've all been waiting to, and we are all gathered here. Right now, I will ask everyone who will be undertaking the precepts to be standing in Gasho. There's a bit of bowing that we will do. Let me light a little stick of incense here. We can't have too much incense at a ceremony like this. Let's see. Oh, come on, a little lighter. There we go. There we are. Lovely. We're gathered from so many different countries all together. This is the amazing thing that we can do here. Now, if you have a little altar with incense in your room and you have not done so already, would you light the incense and give a little bow? Very good. Welcome, everyone. Now, we will begin by asking you to recite the following words that will begin our ceremony of cleansing and devotion. I'm going to ask something a little special today. We're going to try something a little daring. Usually I select a spokesman or two to join the ceremony, but I'm going to ask, we're going to push Zoom to the limit. Would everybody turn your microphones on? We're going to try this. Everybody, turn it on. This is the first time we've ever done this. I've usually only had one or two people speak. Right? Nicholas, how about you? Turn your microphone on there. No?
I think so.
Okay, very good. Now, please repeat after me. Life and death are of supreme importance.
Life and death
And time swiftly passes by.
And time swiftly passes by.
Thus I wish to receive
Thus I wish to receive
the great precepts of Gautama Buddha,
the great precepts of Buddha.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
And I say to you, I am very glad you are asking to receive the precepts. Now, if you would you bow in my direction? Now, this is not to me you're bowing. You're bowing, I'm like the judge, and you're bowing to me for what I represent sitting here, which is all the ancestors in our traditions. So if you would, I will return your bow. Please bow in this direction 3 times. Very good. Now I will recite some words. These are the traditional words which tells the story of the precepts that we're receiving today. The great precepts of Gautama Buddha were kept by all Buddhas. They were transmitted from Buddha to Buddha, and they were received by ancestor after ancestor. The receiving of the precepts transcends the three kinds of time: past, present, and future. And the experience of truth will continue forever. Our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, transmitted the precepts to Master Mahakashapa. Master Mahakashapa transmitted the precepts to Master Ananda, and it is said the transmission of the precepts has continued in this way, passing from orthodox successor to orthodox successor in one line. And so, after many ages, has come to me. Now I am bestowing the precepts upon you to return the profound benevolence of our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, and to make you the standard for human beings and all life. We trust this to be the true reception of Gautama Buddha's wisdom and life. Respectfully following the approval of Gautama Buddha, we would like to devote ourselves to the precepts and atone. Listen to my words and wholeheartedly say the same words after each line. Please repeat. All harmful acts, words, and thoughts
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts
ever committed by me since of old,
ever committed by me since of old,
on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance,
On
on
account
account
of
of beginningless anger and ignorance,
born of my body, mouth, and mind.
born of
born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Now I atone for them all.
Now I atone for them all.
Now we have cleansed ourselves of the products of body, speech, and mind with the approval of Gautama Buddha, all Buddhas, and all ancestors. We have gained great purity through our atonement. And so now we receive the precepts precisely. Thus, first we undertake the three devotions. Please repeat after me. Respectful devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
respectful devotion to
Respectful
Buddha,
devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one. Please repeat.
devotion to
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one.
Devotion to Dharma, the reality and teaching.
devotion to Dharma,
Reality and teaching.
Devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
devotion
Devotion to Sangha, community.
Sincere devotion to Buddha. Sincere devotion to Dharma. Sincere devotion to Sangha.
sincere devotion
to Buddha.
to Dharma,
Sincere devotion to Sangha.
Very good. Please bow 3 times in this direction as I return the bow. Lovely. The giving of the precepts of 3 devotions is like this. From now on, Gautama Buddha and all Buddhas are your great teachers. Never devote yourself to false teachings, harmful teachings, or the like. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by the ancestors. Now I give them to you. You should retain them sincerely. All right. I just want to take a moment to say again that these precepts that we undertake don't make us saints, but the point is for us to live as gently and as helpfully and in a healthy way in this life. And I hope you all will. You've had many months now to reflect on the meaning of the precepts, and I'm going to read certain words. Now, the words are just representative of the tradition. They're a translation from what my teacher used for his Jukai ceremony, and he translated it from the Japanese. But I hope in these months you've come to find the meaning in your heart, even if the wording in your heart, how to say, it's not so important the words, it's what you've learned about these precepts and how you will live them in the months and years to come. Okay, but let's begin by with the 3 pure and universal precepts. After I read them, I'm going to ask them if you're going to keep them, and I'm going to ask them 3 times. And I want you to respond with a vigorous, yes, I will. Now, you don't have to, no one's forcing you, but if you agree to these precepts, yes, I will, 3 times. Are you ready? Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to avoid the doing of harm. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now till the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Oh, come on, guys. Really, let me hear it. Will you keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
That's better. Will you keep this precept from now till the end of your life?
Yes,
I will.
Very good. Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in a healthful and helping way, doing good. This precept was transmitted by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
yes,
I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
I will.
Let me really hear it. Will you keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Very good. Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to live for the benefit of all sentient beings. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
I will.
Okay, here's the big here's the big one. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
will.
will.
That's the way. All right, everyone. You should do your best to keep these precepts. Would you please offer 3 bows to the Buddha and the altar, and I will return the bow. We're fortunate we have several younger, healthy folks today who can do the full prostrations. But remember, everybody, a sincere gasho is perfectly fine if that is what the body can do. It doesn't make any difference. But to see all those prostrations, you actually get a good workout in a ceremony like this, you know. All right. Now the 10 fundamental precepts. I shall read them one by one, and please listen with all your heart. Now the 10 fundamental precepts. I shall read them. Please hear with all sincerity. Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from the killing of life. Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in generosity and refrain from taking that which is not given. Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from misusing sexuality and all desire. Number 4, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from false and malicious speech. 5, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from intoxication in its many forms. 6, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from unconstructively criticizing the errors and faults of others. 7, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from praising oneself and judging others. 8, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from stinginess in bestowing the Buddhist teachings and all precious things. 9, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from all anger. 10, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from disparaging the 3 treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
yes,
Yes, I will.
With all your heart, will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please offer a bow. These 16 Buddhist precepts are the 3 devotions, the 3 pure and universal precepts, and the 10 Fundamental Precepts. They were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. And I ask again, will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I
I
will.
will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. All right. Please offer bow. Lovely, lovely. It has been done. The precepts have been undertaken. And now I will offer you the Roxu and the various lineage certificates. And then we will have a little more to represent the taking of this lineage. One moment. Let's begin with the Roxu. This Roxu, which I hold, will represent all the Roxu that you have worked so diligently to sow over recent months. And I will sense it here and I will pass it to you. Now, at this time, if you have your Roxu, would you please remove it from its case and hold it respectfully in front of you with 3 fingers like this, like I am doing. Very good. Now I'm going to incense this Roxu, and then I am going to pass it across the world. You know, Zen folks, we don't care about things like time and space. Here is there and there is here for us. So this Roxu is all Roxu, yours, all right? When I pass it, my hands become your hands, and I hand it to you. As a matter of fact, my hands are supposed to be the ancestors' hands, handing it to you, all right? So let me do this now. I will sense this. All right. Now, please put your Roxu forward and take mine. Lovely, lovely. All right. Now I'm going to ask you in the traditional way to place it upon your head and be in Gasho, like that, like so. On your head. Yes, yes, very good. Now your hands are in Gasho. And you will repeat after me. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of
Liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
I think that was twice. Sometimes I lose my place too. That was twice, right, Sekishin? Three times? I'm getting old. Do we do it again? Okay. One more time. You can't do it too many times. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond the form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Yeah, sometimes even the priest forgets where he is sometimes, but I think best to have too many chants than not enough. All right. Now, please place on your Ratsu. My hands are your hands. I'm placing them on you. Lovely, lovely. Yes, make sure it's facing the right way. That's right, Nicholas. Good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. How about you, Kyogen? No, you don't have? All right. Mine's it's on the way. Oh, you do. Okay, very good. Now we're going to do a traditional ceremony with this leaf or a twig. It's usually a twig, but since we're a tree leaf, I usually use a leaf. And I asked everyone to have a little leaf there. And this is water that comes from traditionally the Himalayas. But it represents purity, you know. And what I'm going to do now, this is an old esoteric ceremony. I'm going to dip it here. We're going to purify this leaf, and then I'm going to rub it on my head, and I'm going to give you power, the power for me, you see. And then I'm going to reach out, and you're going to touch your leaf to my leaf, and then you're going to rub it on your head 3 times. And after you rub it on your head 3 times, please, you're going to give it back to me because I need my power back. Please, please. All right. So everyone, do you have your leaf? Or did you get ready? You have? Okay, please hold it out. Just hold it up. All right. Yes. Okay. So here I'm going to do this. And I dip it here. And first I do it this way. This is for parents. It's for our teachers. It's for our leaders of the world. May they be wise. This is for all sentient beings and all creatures everywhere and all life, right? Now, 3 times here, all right? Now, please hold out your leaf. Take mine here, please. Yes. All right. Now you do the same 3 times here. Yes. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel the power? Yes. I feel it. Now, please give it back. Bring it back. What goes around comes around. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. And I will. Oh, yes. Beautiful. That's one of my favorite parts of the ceremony each time. All right. Now we're going to award or gift the various lineage charts. And we're also going to recognize our Ubasoku folks in a moment who are here. Now, first I will award our principal lineage chart. You all have a lineage chart like so. And this has the names of all the ancestors from the Buddha through India, China, Japan, to my teacher, to me, and your name is there as the new person. But then, you know, the line goes around again, back to the great circle, the wholeness, where even the Buddha comes from. Now, if you have this, you've received it, would you please hold it respectfully with something like in gassho, like this? Would you hold it? All right. Now I'm going to incense this. All right. Now please reach out and take mine here. This is for you. I'm handing it to you. Yes, please take it. Now touch it briefly to your forehead. It's just a respectful way for a second. And you can bow forward and then place it respectfully to the side. Now we have another lineage chart here. And this is the blood lineage chart of our women and differently abled ancestors. I think you all received one too. And if you have it present, would you also pick it up in the same way? The reason we have this lineage chart is because the women and our disabled ancestors were not properly recognized always in the tradition. So we have this to give them the special recognition that they all have contributed to our being here today. Without them, we could not be here today. So I will now incense this, touch it to my forehead again, and hand it to you. Would you please take it from my hands? Thank you. And respectfully touch it to your forehead. That's what they do here in Japan, and place it aside. Finally, we have this lineage chart for our same yet diverse ancestors, which means we have ancestors of all kinds, not only gender, but of all manner of diversity, who may not have had the proper recognition or may have struggled in many ways to find a place in Buddhist community. And this recognizes them. Without them, we could not be here as well. So the same, I will now incense. If you have yours, would you please raise it? I'll touch it to my forehead, and now I hand it to you. Please cherish it. Very good. Please receive it, and you may place it aside. Now, next, I'm going to just read the names of the Dharma names that have been awarded today, and you'll know who they are, because hopefully you'll all hear your name. Zenkon means good troubles. He asked where that came from, and I said it came from the expressions kore kore konichi, ichinichi konichi, means every day is a good day. Every day is good troubles. Kiri, rare principle. It's the principle of the cosmos, the big principle, and it's the rare principle, Kiri. Bokugan, Sumi ink, I. Wabo, harmonious, defender and protector. Mokusho, this is for someone from our chanting group. Silent chant. Mokuso, silent playing of music. Joran, the still quiet orchid. Choboku, the musical slap. I had to explain that. He's a wrestler and he also plays music. So the musical slap. You see how we get these names? Kaisui, open coriander. Showan, corn or maize arm. Chukyo, splendid teaching, for one of our teachers here. Nengyoku, thought jewel. Rosei, Wandering introspection. Suko. This is for another one of our teachers, a math teacher, I believe. It means numbers, incense. Suko. Joshi. Pure history, also a teacher. Shoso. This is a little joke of mine. Someone from Kentucky, the bluegrass state, that's what we call it in America, the bluegrass state. Shoso means blue grass. You can have fun. These names are supposed to be joyous, you know. And finally, for someone in my heart who represents true peace and wisdom and healing, Anchi, peaceful wisdom. That name was easy to give. Congratulations on receiving your names. You may now use them. They are yours. Now, next, we're having a first in our ceremony, and this is the recognition of the Ubasoku. The Ubasoku will each receive a certificate just like this. If there are any Ubasoku here who have their certificate, if you would please raise it to your forehead and take it from me. I will now incense it like so, and I hand it to you. Please take it from my hands with our thanks. Now, let me tell you a little about what is the Ubasoku. This is just a little bit of a special thank you and recognition of some old friends who have been around a long time. Some of them, I'm the only one who was here longer than I think we've had a couple of members who are maybe the second and third people ever to join Treeleaf years ago. And they're still here. And other folks who have been so many years just supporting others and helpful, or just faces we all want to, when their voices are heard in the Sangha, it just brings joy. So I'd like you to hear what this means. It says on the certificate, for their years of service, support, and caring within our Sangha, Treeleaf Sangha does hereby bestow upon them the Bodhisattva precepts as an Ubasoku, or as it says in Sanskrit, Upasaka, an ancient designation given to a lay Buddhist follower who has been a sincere, consistent, good, and helpful support to others on their path. Traditionally written in Chinese and Japanese script with the characters expressing U, which means excellence in personal character and dedication, with the possession of Ba, a grandmotherly heart in helping others, thus constituting a soku, a foundation of the community. That has been awarded to our dear friends and members, Doshin, Jin Mei, also known as Kelly Rock, Jinyo, Willow, our dear Willow, Jishin, Mayon, Ninka, Rich, Risho, Rumon, also known as Kirk, my dear friend Kirk, and Taishi, our poet laureate. Congratulations and thanks again. All right, now we're drawing actually to the close of this wonderful evening, or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. The next portion is also kind of interesting and fun to me. You now sit in my seat where the ancestors sit. And you become me and the ancestors, and we become you. You know, this is what we do. And then all the members of the Sangha at home will be here in this room, And symbolically, everyone who has received Jukai in years past will honor you by circling around you as you sit here in this seat. So please, we are going to sit here now. I will get up. I have a bell that I brought from Korea many years ago. I only use it for this ceremony. I walk around you and I will recite some words. As you sit here, close your eyes and visualize that you are in this place. All right, let me get up now. It takes a little time, a little more time each year. 1 second. And please take the seat at the altar here. Right? Let me relight the incense here. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. Very, very good. Very lovely. And that will be returned to our altar for another year. Well, well done, everyone. We've actually come to the close of our ceremony. I just want to say before we go, I hope you will all post something, your feelings, or just whatever crosses your mind. Please leave some messages in the forum. This is where we gather. But I want to just say to you, if it wasn't for all of you, we would have no Sangha, because you are the Sangha. Let me get down here where I can see you a little bit. You are the community, and the community is you. And I'm glad you feel at home in our place. I hope that many of you will be around and familiar faces for many, many years. And it's my privilege and honor to know each and every one of you, and to have gotten to know you so well over the previous few months as we went through Ongo and Jukai. So I just want to say my thanks to you. Now I will recite the traditional words to close, and they're very simple, like so. The ceremony is now concluded. Now Let us live this life. Peace to you all. Now we go. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. So cool.
Congratulations to all.
Yeah, turn your
Have a
microphone
nice
on.
day,
Say something.
evening.
Yay.
Nice day, folks.
Thank
Peace
you,
out.
Thanks, everybody.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Good night. Congratulations.